Oh man.
Hey man, I appreciate you letting me do that. It's, Hey guys, so this is my buddy Kevin. He's been a customer of mine for a long time, and as you can see, he's got a thick head of very curly hair. So what we're doing today is we're going to be taking him down. He likes the curls up top right now, but he does not want to take any of that off. So what we're doing is we're bringing him down to a short, nice fade on the sides, but still keeping that curl volume up top. And I'm going to show you how to tie that in. Now what I'm doing is right now is I'm just kind of going through, bring it down. I believe this right here is number 2. I've got it about halfway open, and I'm just taking that bulk off, going through, kind of following the shape of the head until I hit the parietal ridge where it goes straight up, and I'm just carrying that up and through the curls that can capture inside that clipper guard comb. You can see right here I'm just coming back through, following it with the same thing, going through, making sure if it gets captured in that comb that it's getting cut. That's a perk of having those longer pieces on that clipper guard, is that it does capture the hair and allows it to fall right into the blade. And there's some techniques on this that you're going to see that you might not have seen somewhere else. Some of them I've just kind of started doing myself. Some of them I was instructed by a barber instructor a long time ago. Now here I'm going through, I'm kind of hitting those lower edges, and this is what you kind of call a fading down technique. I'm going from top to bottom. I started off with a 2, now I've got a 1, I've got it open, and I'm kind of hitting that lower area of what I've already cut. And what that does is by me going in and sliding in right in there with my clipper and pushing out, that just creates more of a slower blend. You don't have to push as much. You don't see a line of demarcation. Makes it super simple. Doing the same thing, just going through that one. Beard, tapering that in. Since I'm already there, why not go ahead and do it, right? And you can see what me going through there and actually leaving that in there is already done, is create a consistent blend up into those curls. So I did not leave a line because I just went straight up. And right now I'm just going through, creating a nice edge. We are going to be tapering that down a little bit closer, especially in the back. Guys, this right here, what I'm using is the Stylecraft Saber. I got my hands on one, and there's going to be a review on that here soon. I gotta say, it is a phenomenal trimmer. The thing that stinks about doing these reviews is that every new trimmer I get becomes my favorite, because honestly, they're just making them that much better each time. I still have my Babyliss Low Pro, I still have my FX3, and I still use them, but man, this thing is just, it's amazing. Still just going through and establishing that main line, establishing the edge up. It's a little trick right there with the ears. If you can, use one of your fingers to push the ear back. With that same hand, use it as a pivot point to go around the ear. But yeah, we're just getting him lined up so we can do some of that interior work that makes this haircut pop. you've never tried this, guys, sometimes it's nice to go ahead and get your edge up before you do your tapering. You see he's got a couple light spots down there in the back, and we're going to take care of that here in a minute. Now I'm coming through with my Wall Senior with the anise blade on there due to the Filthy Blends mod I've got on there. It's one of my favorite setups. Just kind of buffing out that lower edge. Now I've got my Wall Cordless Senior with the Filthy Blends mod with the Fat Master blade. And seriously, guys, if you can get a hold of one of these, never let it go. That thing's so useful. It's hard to find them anymore. Looks like I got that about halfway open. Got that about halfway open, just kind of taking that up a little bit. And whenever I fully have that Fat Master blade extended, it's a little bit under a 2. It's maybe about a 1.5, 1 3/4. Kevin's got some really nice hair to cut. It works really good. Now, you may be wondering, why am I doing this after just using the equivalent of a blade? I find that sometimes using a guard gives you a softer cut, so it's really good for blending because of that purpose. Imagine, if you will, that with the teeth of a blade, it is grabbing every single hair and putting it through that blade at the same length. That's why you get such a uniform cut with a blade. But with a guard, some of that hair is being dispersed a little bit because of those plastic combs on there. So because of that, it's almost like a thinning shear in a way, especially whenever you get down to the smaller ones like a half guard. To me, a half guard is almost like a thinning shear for a clipper. It doesn't cut every hair the same length exactly, so it lets you blend a little easier. So this is where it really comes in, guys, doing some clipper over comb, just tying that into that top length. And this is a fun little trick, especially when it comes to curly hair, but with any hair that you're doing clipper over comb with. Let's say you start off with a 2, like I did on this. Now I want to do clipper over comb into that 2. Well, the comb I'm using for clipper over comb is about the size of maybe a half guard. So because of that, if I go down to a 1.5, that 1.5 with that clipper guard, or with that comb, I should say, that 1.5 with that comb is perfect for moving into that 2. So a lot of times whenever I do clipper over comb, I'll go down half a size and use that size to do my clipper over comb. So if I establish with a 1, go down to a no guard with the comb. But if you establish with a 1.5, I may grab a 1 with the comb. If I do it with a 3, I may grab a 2 with the comb. And that just makes it a whole lot safer whenever you're doing your clipper over comb and you want to add texture. Now this is that technique I was talking about. By letting the hair lay where it naturally wants to lay during the style, going through with your trimmer, coming there, and just finding those little areas that need more blending, and truly just taking the edge of the trimmer and just buffing those down. It makes all the difference in the world with a haircut like this. You see I'm pulling that down a little bit more because that curl didn't want to do that. I'm letting this hair sit where it wants to sit, and then I'm coming through and just barely buffing those edges. It gets those little stragglers out of the way. It can truly polish up a haircut. I use that method all the time, not just with curly hair, with straight hair. it's something that it does take practice, and you do have to be sure of yourself now. And if you have a client that moves a whole lot, have another hand on them. Make sure that if they move, that hand moves with them. I'm just going to go through and tie that beard in. And once again, like I said, guys, I'm not using the saber on everything. I think right now I do have, yeah, that's the, I have my FX3 with the Filthy Blends mod as well, with a gold FX blade. And I love it for that slender feel of that handle, and how I can get in there with that beard nice and easy. Honestly, guys, if they made the perfect trimmer, it would probably be the FX3 body with the sound and cutting ability of the saber. Got such a thick beard, sometimes it's hard for my comb to grab, but once again, doing that same technique even on the beard, it can help shape and sculpt. And that's pretty much what you're doing with curly hair. You're not just picking up and cutting, you're letting it fall where it wants to fall, and then you're sculpting it. Little details of just getting those little hairs off of his ears. Stuff like that is what makes the big difference between a good haircut and a great haircut. Now this is something right here that I wanted to display before, and that's that whenever I do my haircuts, I always follow up with a hot lather neck shave. This is a very traditional thing that barbers used to do, and for some reason I don't see it happen a whole lot. So I drape them with a towel, and I go get my hot lather. Even if you've used a shaver, just going over the neck, especially around the collar, with some shaving cream and a straight razor, it just makes the haircut feel complete. It makes you feel fresh. Honestly, I've done this for so many years now. I don't feel like I've given somebody a haircut until I've given them a neck shave. Now, for a long time, I just did just the hot lather, neck shave, and one of those little PST towels or Wubby towels just to remove the lather. But then we started bringing in the hot towel warmer, so that changed everything. That makes it more of a pampering, more of an experience. So as you can see, I'm going to grab a hot towel right now, wiping off the lather with that, putting a little bit of pressure with my hands. It's a nice final touch to a good haircut. Well, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell anybody you know who's interested in this stuff. I love doing this for you guys, and I'll check you on the next one.